OCO is Shaman Raven RedTailHawk Jaguar, and I'm coming to you today with education on Raven Crow medicine in the Aboriginal Indigenous Native culture spirituality. All right. First, I'm going to clear the energy with the sacred sage and cedar. All right. I'm gonna clear the energy. You always want to do it in a clockwise manner. All right, we're gonna clear the energy, the negative energy. All right, we have the sage cedar mix that cleared the negative energy. Next, we have the sweetgrass, which will welcome in the positive energy, which brings a balance and a offering to divine great spirit, sweetgrass. Okay. And the sweetgrass, positive energy. And next, we have the sacred pipe. It has tobacco. Tobacco is sacred. It's one of the first plants from American Spirit, no additive tobacco. All right. I'm going to hit the sacred pipe, the peace pipe smoke, unto the ancestors. To my ancestors, that's for my good only. All right. All right, I have a couple cards here. First of all, we want to introduce the raven, the crow. It is animal spirit medicine that's used in Aboriginal, Indigenous, Native spirituality. We have the raven, the crow. They are similar medicine. The raven and the crow are slightly different birds, but they're in the same family. They're cousins. So we want to get started. I have 2 decks that I'm coming from. The first deck is the Shaman Wisdom cards. All right. And the next deck is the medicine cards. And they look like this. They have the thunderbolt, that is the thunderbird symbol, okay? That's what it represents to me, the thunderbird, okay? So, the first card is the raven. All right, raven medicine. The raven is my spirit animal totem. In native astrology, they liken it to the Libra energy. The Libra energy is the scales, which is justice, the sacred law. Also, I related to the other melanin-rich spirituality from ancient Kemet, Nubia. The other one is Ma'at, which represents truth and the sacred law. So we have the black feather, which represents the raven, the crow, and the feather of truth with Ma'at, which is universal law, sacred law, truth, balance, and justice, okay? They all coincide. I choose to see and focus on the common synchronicities of the melanin-rich spirituality because they're all connected. In spirituality, we see great spirit in all things. So when I recognize or reverence and give great respect to the raven, the crow, it is great spirit in the form of a raven and a crow. And how I see it is that divine great spirit is the ultimate shapeshifter, because divine great spirit can operate in balance in the divine masculine energy or the divine feminine energy, marrying them together. And great spirit can be in all things. It is in me, it is in the raven, it is in the crow, and it is in you and everything on this earth, in this universe, okay? What I know off of the top of my head about the raven and the crow medicine, because I practice it, I'm learning it and flowing with it as I'm on my shaman and training journey. I speak life and say that I am a shaman, a sage, a healer, a priestess. I speak that because I have the power of great spirit within me. So with that being said, as a shaman, you have to look at the raven, the crow, as the sacred law. You have to respect the sacred law. The sacred law and creativity and the beginning of things. It's not even really the beginning of things. It's outside of time. That dark matter, that melanin, that dark matter of the universe, that void, that universal womb versus the womb that's in the womb man, the woman. So in that darkness, creation, formation takes place. And so there is the sacred law that sits outside of time, that's in that creation. So the raven, the crow, represents that. It represents the great mystery, the darkness. It helps you to face your inner issues and your outer issues in the world. So it is the spirit animal, it is the spirit messenger, and it is the message and the messenger. Though you have that energy within you because you have the blood and the DNA of your ancestors, and you have divine great spirit within, you can tap in at any time. The raven crow energy just helps you. It's like your teacher. You're the student. You're learning to go within and meditate and go into the inner darkness, to the womb of creativity, where you can rebirth or birth great divine things, inventions, healing, remedies, cures, all types of things. So the raven, the crow is the shapeshifter. Whatever energy that you need at that moment to accomplish whatever, whether it's healing or accomplishing a task. I'll use myself for an example. My other two animals that I work with, there are three. The raven, crow, I use them as one because in the medicine is very similar simultaneously. Okay, and we have the RedTailHawk, which is the animal that came to me in real life and sat above my head and chose me. So it is my spirit animal. That was great spirit speaking to me, trying to awaken me as I was transitioning from old religion to my roots, my Aboriginal indigenous roots, back to that, from my ancestors from the Americas, Amaru America, which is North America, Central America, South America, and Tamari, which is Agbulan, and today is called Africa. ancient Kemet, Nubia. Okay, so we have that energy, and we have the black jaguar. The black jaguar and just the jaguar represents the golden one is the sun energy, the masculine energy, and the black is the moon, the feminine energy of divine great spirit. So the raven can help me with shape-shifting that energy if I need to flow in the RedTailHawk energy. The RedTailHawk is like the seer and the hearer. So if I got to flow in that energy, the raven allows me to shapeshift into that energy. Or if I need that strength and courage and power and assertiveness, aggressiveness of the black jaguar or the golden jaguar, then the raven ushers in that shape-shifting energy. Okay? So whenever you do sacred ceremony or anything, the raven, the crow spirit is present because it represents the spirit message and the messenger. It is the ultimate shapeshifter, and I liken it to the energy of great divine spirit. Okay, it's the bridge between worlds. It's a protector, and I will go in depth of what the cards say. So we have the Raven card. All right, it is card number 16, and we're gonna see what the book has to say. And I have the book of the medicine cards. All right, so we're gonna see what Raven is, and then we're gonna do Crow. Okay, all right. It says Raven is the medicine of magic. It is the bringer of magic. It is powerful medicine, courage, and it talks about the darkness of the void, which is dark matter, the womb, that place outside of time, in between worlds. That is where the raven, as great spirit, resides. Okay, it is the messenger. It ushers in changes of consciousness. Like, it has a message. It brings a divine message from great spirit. So that will heighten your consciousness, awaken you. When you hear the raven or the crow do that caw, caw sound, that is an awakening. It's trying to awaken your spiritual true self. Okay. It goes on to say it helps you enter when you go within and do meditation. It helps you to see the great mystery, the path on the edge of time, that black hole, the dark matter in the universe and within you, that creative source. Okay, whenever you want to seek answers, that's when you approach the raven medicine, the raven energy. It's the road of spiritual and the marriage of spiritual and physical. Okay, the blue-black of the raven, that iridescent color, when you see it, it's blue-black, that indigo, which is likened to the indigenous people. Indigo is the root word. They were blue-black to copper. You think of the color of the dirt, the mud. Those are the colors of the original people. Okay. It goes on to say that is the magic of darkness. That's a visible manifestation of the spiritual realm, that indigo, that darkness. Okay. It talks about awakening, and it says the raven is the guardian of ceremonial magic, healing. In any healing circle, the raven is always present. The raven spirit, which is just God in the form of a raven. Okay? The raven guides the magic of healing and changes in your consciousness. And it dispels disease or illness. It's healing. It gives a new state of wellness and consciousness. It's ceremonial magic. If you need courage or strength, it will utilize all of those animal energies or elemental energies. That's why when you see pictures of shamans and they have the smoke and they have all of these animals around them in the like in a drawing of smoke, it's because that raven can tap into all of those animal energies, okay? The shape-shifting, that shape-shifting energy, okay? It is the element of air. The raven is the element of air. It is also, it says, the courier of healing energy. It's the patron of smoke signals. As I was lighting the sage and the cedar, they have medicinal properties, healing properties, and it dispels negative energy, okay? That is like the energy, the spirituality of the raven medicine, okay? It helps you tap into the magician within, because we have power within us to obtain anything, do anything that we set our minds to do. We have the power within us to do that. So the raven just helps us tap into that energy, okay? All right, the next card is the crow, okay? The crow. And that's card number 24, okay? All right, the crow medicine, like, goes a little deeper, okay? Sacred law. Once again, the raven deals with the magic, the spirituality of it, and the crow deals with the sacred law. Like I mentioned before, the feather of truth, Ma'at, represents truth, balance, and justice, and the crow ushers that in. The secrets of balance, okay? It's also called the nickname of the left-handed guardian. If you look deeply into the crow's eyes, you find the gateway of the supernatural, which coincides with the magic, okay? And the sacred law is spiritual. It's on another level, but it includes the spiritual realm and the physical realm and all of the dimensions. It's the universal sacred law. The crow is the representative of that. It is the keeper of the sacred law. It can also bend the laws of the physical universe and shapeshift. As I was mentioning before about the energy to shapeshift. If you need the power of the jaguar, the courage, that strength to accomplish a task, the shapeshifter energy allows you to do that. People do this, they just don't word it that way. But this is how it is worded and explained in animal spirit medicine, okay? This art of shape-shifting allows the crow energy to be two places at once. Consciously, you can be in the spiritual realm and the physical realm and balance those two worlds. The spiritual realm is also in the dream world, okay? And when you meditate, going within. It talks about the powerful shape-shifting of the shamans. Okay, the raven is always present. The crow is always present because it represents the sacred law. It is the spirit messenger. It is the message. Okay? They are masters at shape-shifting. Some may call it an illusion, but it's not an illusion. You're just tapping into that specific energy. Okay? It talks about the book of the law and the book of seals is bound in the crow feathers. Okay? And I have the black feather, the raven, the crow feather. Okay? It's the tail of spirit made flesh, the protector. It is the protector of the ancient records. They also call it the Akashic records, okay? And within us, we have DNA, we have the blood of our ancestors, and there are records within us in that DNA sequence. There are the records to our ancestors, what they did, the spirituality, the culture, their practices, their rituals. All of that is inside of us. We just have to enter into the darkness, the blackness, and retrieve that information. Okay, tap into it and utilize it and use it in our everyday life, basically, okay? And it goes on, it keeps saying that it's the sacred law, and it talks about that it was kept in the black lodges, the lodges of women. In ancient spirituality, the women were the oracles and the shamans and the sages, because the women are more intuitive and open to the spiritual realm. They are the portal of life. When women give birth to children, that soul, that spirit comes in their body and is birthed forth. Okay? The women hold that part of great spirit, that divine feminine energy that creates life, that births things. Okay? So it goes on to say that, and it talks about change for the good. Okay? And it talks about having a clear memory of your past, of your ancestors and their ways, because that is within you. Okay? It merges the light and the darkness. There you have that balance, like Ma'at, balance. So it balances the light and the darkness. Remember, the raven, the crow, is between worlds, between the spiritual and the physical world. It's like in the middle. It is the balance point. Okay? It helps you tap into firsthand knowledge of your higher self, of the higher order, universal law. It helps you speak with a powerful voice when addressing issues or anything that seems out of harmony or out of balance or out of whack or unjust. That's where that justice comes in. The sacred crow raven medicine is speaking on the sacred law, and it stands up for the sacred law, okay? The universal law. It talks about the Cray looks at the world first with one eye, then with the other. Then it says cross-eyed. And in Mayan, the ancient Xi Olmec culture, they said the cross eyes had the privilege and the duty of looking into the future. They can see the past, the present, and the future simultaneously. So that is the spirit of the raven and the crow medicine, okay? Like I said, the Xi, the Olmec, their culture, spirituality, ushers in that energy of looking into the past, present, and future simultaneously. That is the energy of, Raven Crow medicine, okay? It helps you have personal integrity and to stand on truth because it represents the sacred law, okay? So that is what the medicine cards have to say about the Raven and the Crow. And I also wanted to tap into what the wisdom cards said about the Crow Raven, and they put them together, and it represents the south and the west wind, that direction, the masculine energy, and air is the element, okay? I get air and earth, okay? Because it marries those two worlds, the spiritual realm and the physical realm. It also marries the light and the darkness. It gives balance, okay? So we're going to check out what the book says for the Shaman Wisdom cards, okay? And this is card number 17, the Crow Raven. Card number 17. Alright. And it basically says the same thing. It says, I am Crow, I am Raven. I'm Crow, I'm Raven. It talks about I am the messenger, the bridge between two worlds, the dream world and the physical realm. My psychic knowledge soars above the earth plane. Okay? I am the shapeshifter. I bring spirit messages and inner knowledge. I am the message and the messenger. When I am present, you know that your future is changing before your eyes. It is the time of transformation, okay? Transformation. Rebirth, like the phoenix type thing. That's what I'm getting. It allows you to traverse new spheres and planes of understanding, overstanding, which is in modern language, understanding. It gives you a deeper understanding, okay? It says, open your heart and welcome the great and plenty, okay? It says, you have a connection between two realms, and it helps you support and balancing it in your everyday reality with your spiritual purpose. It helps you see past the face value of things. Sometimes things are not always what they seem. So the raven, the crow, that spiritual energy will help you to see things that are not what they seem to be. So the raven, the crow is also a seer, okay? So that concludes my education, my ode to the raven, the crow medicine, because I flow in that medicine. So I want to give the proper respect and a little one-on-one education so you can understand the great energy of the raven and the crow. It represents a great spirit because it can shapeshift into any energy that you need to accomplish any goal, fight any problem, as a warrior, as a shaman, because we all have that inner shaman, which is the power to be a healer, whether it's spiritually or physically, because we have the tools here on this earth. Some people just tap into it more. Some people choose to ignore it or deny it due to religion or something else, okay? So remember, divine great spirit is in all things, and we reverence and show respect to great spirit in all things, whether that's anything in nature, the raven, the crow, these sacred crystals and rocks, anything on this realm, okay? So we want to say Wado, which is thank you. We want to say Namaste, which means I recognize the God, Goddess in you. And we want to say Ashe, which is I have the power to change things, to make things happen, like the raven and the crow. Peace.